Today, we're gonna take this beautiful Xbox Ally X on the ride of its life. We're gonna find out today if 10 gigabytes really is a sweet spot for this device itself. And if you stay to the end of the video, I'm gonna show you what I do to keep my device giving me the performance I want and I need to play the games I choose to play. First, you might be asking yourself, is 10 gigabytes really the sweet spot? The only way to find out is to run the benchmarks and the test itself in real world dynamics. So we're gonna go ahead and hook this up to the monitor, to the mount. We're gonna hook this up to the dock. We're gonna get it going. We're gonna hook a mouse and keyboard up. We're gonna start running it. Now, my tests are all in Windows desktop mode. So you might get better performance because you don't have to use that 2 gigabytes of allocation for Windows. You can just go straight from Xbox experience into the game, the full screen experience into the game. I'm gonna run it from the desktop mode and I'm gonna show you what the performance is versus not running it on desktop mode. And I'm actually gonna run 2 benchmarks in full screen experience so that way you can see for yourself what the difference is, that it's negligible and it doesn't really matter. Are people right about the 10 gigabyte sweet spot? Let's check it out. Let's go. All right, we're gonna jump in to Armory Crate and we're gonna check to make sure that we have our 10 gigabyte sweet spot set up. So we're gonna go to Armory Crate, click on performance, click on GPU settings, and make sure the 10 gigabyte memory assigned to GPU is allocated correctly. I want to save it, so it's 2:30 p.m. 100% Wi-Fi, Bluetooth, all that good stuff. We're going to save it, close. All right, let's change some of these settings. We're going to go to graphics. We're going to leave it on medium. We're going to take off the bloom, anti-aliasing, the chromatic aberration. We're going to take off the sun shafts. We're going to take off the distant shadows, 100%. We're going to take off the tessellation. No, we're going to leave it on. We're going to take off shadow quality. We're going to turn it down to low. And active point light shadows, we're going to turn it down to low because we don't want to spend too much of our allocated VRAM towards shadows. Looks like we're running about 56, which is applicable during a single player game. This is a very heavy CPU game. We're talking about 20% CPU usage. It looks like our CPU is capped at 8 gigabytes, 8.8 gigabytes of DDR RAM, but our GPU has enough to perform. We're doing 34, 35 watt TDP on the GPU, so we're in turbo. I don't know if you noticed that when I went into the settings, but we're in turbo. This is the game I enjoy playing the most on my handheld. This game is super easy for me to play and it's super fun for me to play. The problem is I like to play on my server and I can't because then my FPS drops low and I gotta set my settings to low during the 10 gigabyte sweet spot. So it looks like we're dropping all the way down to 55 frames per second. It's going to change those settings. We're going to turn it down to low. We're going to turn all of them normal. We're just going to run it. Looks like we're getting the same amount of frames per second, which doesn't make a huge difference. It is limited because it's CPU intensive game, not GPU intensive game. So the GPU, it's trying to offload everything to the GPU because the CPU doesn't have enough RAM to run it. Right, now it's time for your most favorite game that I've ever played. I know you guys enjoy watching me play this game. I'm so good at it, especially when I play against bot. It's called Apex Legends. We're gonna jump into it real quick. I've been playing this game on my desktop, so we might have to register on this handheld because I don't like playing on a handheld because I don't have mouse and keyboard. I enjoy mouse and keyboard. I prefer mouse and keyboard, but sometimes you just got a controller when you're out in public, when you're doing your thing, when you're at your daughter's graduation. You want to just look at your handheld and not look at her graduate. When you're at your stepmother's wedding or your real dad's wedding, you just want to be able to play on your handheld and not watch the dang wedding. You don't even care. This is like 12th wedding. You don't even care who he marries at this point. He can marry Paula Abdul-Jabbar and you won't care. Oh, you guys probably don't know who that is. I'm not old, okay? Listen. Don't judge me. We're going to set the texture budget to 8 gigabytes of VRAM because we want to make sure we have nice textures. We don't want to look at a rock and think the game was developed that way. The rock is going to look like garbage if we don't have that extremely texture budget. So we're going to set that budget to 8 gigabytes of RAM, and everything else is getting low to disabled. So we're going to disable everything else. We're going to have a nice texture budget. We're going to run 50 to 60 frames per second. We did allocate some of that memory to the CPU or the GPU. So how we're getting 13 megabytes if we only have 9 megabytes available for the dang CPU is beyond me. But the ROG Xbox Ally will figure it out. It'll learn how to do it itself. I don't know, I guess. We're going to just jump into a game. This might take a little while, so just bear with me. Actually, as a matter of fact, I'm going to let it run for a couple seconds here, and then if it doesn't click, I'm just going to cut and then insert where I enter the game. Same settings, everything is the same, nothing's different. Here we go. We're going to wait. We're going to World's Edge in trios. I'm playing random. Okay, yeah, I had to cut it because look, don't judge me, okay? Because it was taking forever. This game didn't have a lot of players on it when I was playing, okay? This is like 2:30 in the afternoon on a Monday, okay? Don't you judge me, okay? All right, so we're getting a little bit of screen tearing, which is fine, totally fine. I like screen tearing. I don't know if you like screen tearing, but you should screen tear more. We have the 10 gigabyte settings. If you're good at Apex and you're better than me, comment down in the comments. If not, and you use a controller. If you don't use a controller and you're not better than me, don't comment. We don't want to hear anything from you. All right, we're gonna jump in. As you can see. As we're going towards the ground, our FPS climbs because we're not worried about adding all those extra textures around us. You see how we have fireworks, we have blue beams, we have jump towers, we have these idiots coming where I'm trying to land. Oh, man. All right. I don't like sniper rifles, so let's get the sniper rifle. All right, here we go. Grab this stuff here. Where's the dang thing? Oh, there's a console. All right, we're running 100 frames per second. Get out of here, shit. Oh, I'm lost. Where do I go? Oh yeah, we're gonna go up the zip. All right, so we're running 108. I did have a glitch. I went down to 73, but we're back up at 100 frames per second. We're gonna go ahead and run it and see what it looks like, what it feels like, what it acts like, how it behaves. If we stand still, we get the best frames. I'm not gonna lie, but our CPU needs more RAM. Definitely, it's not running enough RAM. It's definitely hurting. It's definitely being held back somehow. Let's see. Do we have a sniper rifle? Scope. I need a sniper scope. Let's see, we're running 106 frames per second. Dang. Oh, he tagged somebody. There's somebody down the bottom? Okay, alright. Let's see, let's go to this corner right here. We're 100 frames per second. Oh my god, somebody shooting. Pow! Ooh, I just missed. Damn. Oh! We get shot from the bottom. Down low under my gun. Wow. Cheater! How did you teleport so quick? Cheater. Alright, let me shield back up. We're still running at 100 frames per second. We're getting a little bit of screen tearing. We're definitely feeling some effects of the performance. It's not performing as well as I would like it to because I definitely took away from the CPU. It's an APU, bro. So like you can add as much RAM as you want to the APU. You're not gonna get anywhere near where you think a dedicated GPU should be at. Alright. Oh! Oh dang, where's he running? Where's he running? Oh yes. Got the kills, baby. Oh, I got 2 assists? What happened? Oh, what the heck? How did I get stuck in the ground? Oh yeah. Let me get this box real quick. Yeah, I like loot. Let's get some loot. Give me the loot. Oh yeah, better scope. Alright, here we go. Let's see. 106 frames per second. Where's that dead body at? Oh, here he is, right here. Let's see. Oh, a carbine. Yeah, R301. Give me that. Give me that. Extended sniper mag. Give me that. All right, we got oh, sniper ammo. Yes, sir. Scope. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Let me get that. All right. So we need something here. I need some ammo. Dang it! I need some ammo. All right. So it looks like we got 105 frames per second, which is quite nice. It's actually pretty good. I like it. It's performing. We're not getting that performance that we'd like to see. You know what I mean? Like, we're not getting that ultimate, flawless, smooth gameplay. We're not getting it yet. And I think it's because the 10 gigabyte sweet spot isn't really the sweet spot. I think it's made for... I'll show you something in a few seconds here that kind of confirms what I'm saying, but... Sniper scope, yes sir. Let's go. Alright, where's he going? Let me catch up to... Oh, somebody shot him. Oh, he tagged somebody. Let's see what we got here. Pow! Shoot. Boom! One more time. Oh, he's running. He's out of there. Oh, I can't hit him. Oh, dang, I can't hit him. What the hell, brother? Oh, there we go. Oh, no! Oh, he took my kill, that bastard.
We killed the last member. Good work, team.
Alright, where's the rest of them? Somebody went up the zip.
Reloading.
Oh, here we go. Let's see if we can hit him right there. Oh, what the heck? When was I getting shot at? I was trying to focus on shooting the... Anyways, we placed number 9. We're in the top 10, baby. Don't judge me. I didn't do very well. I only got 400 damage dealt. 1 kill, 3 assists, 1 knock. Don't judge, bro. Listen. Okay, I'm not going to play no more because if I keep playing, I'm going to want to play long term. And I really don't want to play long term and end up stuck on Apex for like 16 hours. I want to complete this video. And this 10% sweet spot isn't where it's at for me. At least for me. It could be like that for you. Let's jump in to some Marvel Rivals. We're going to pick our Winter Soldier. Deadpool's dope, but we want Winter Soldier. He's definitely our favorite. So we're going to jump into a game here. 19 seconds. We're running about 54 frames per second in the menus. There definitely is a little bit of aspect. There's fire burning, there's things moving, so we definitely have some coding going on here, but not enough to like actually drag it down a little bit. Let me just jump into the game. I don't think we changed the settings. Did we change the settings? Alright, when I get into the game, I'm going to change the settings. I'm going to change some of these settings.
Weapons keep getting better, but it's still the person behind them that matters most.
30 seconds before you attack. Get ready.
Here's where we hit next.
Alright, we're going to go to display. We have the Elgato's running through.
We can
I'm
stop
going to do AMD FSR. I'm going to leave it selected.
Talking about,
I'm going to go to performance. We want it to perform the best.
I think something
We don't want to cap our frame rate. We do want the frame generation a little bit. You know.
Battle starts in 5, 4, 3.
We're going to go to... Alright, we're going to set them all to low. Actually, we'll go medium. That's optimized. No, it wants to set it to high. I don't want to play on high. We're going to optimize to medium ourselves. We're going to leave everything else on. I got 20 seconds before I got to get into the game before I get kicked. Alright, so we're going to just jump into the game and we're going to play. Here we go.
Pick your hero.
So I got kicked out of the game and we're going to start a new game. I do have my settings set. Listen. I'm just not as fast as I used to be. I'm kind of old now, dude. Don't judge me, alright? So, if you think I'm too old for gaming, go ahead and leave a comment down in the comments. I don't care what you say. I don't care what you think. I'm still going to game. I'll be that old fart that brings down the team. It doesn't matter to me because I'm having fun. You might not have fun if you're on my team, so go ahead and get wrecked. Anyways. We're going to try Daredevil. I've never tried Daredevil before. We're going to jump on into it. We're going to get it done. We're running about 80 frames per second. We're getting a little bit of screen turn. I don't know if you can see it. Where the bottom screen and the top screen don't move fluid. They like, top screen starts to change before the bottom screen. The bottom screen starts to change before the top of the screen. And it looks like we're getting a little bit of that frame, screen tearing from that frame generation or whatever. But We're gonna see.
You of all people would be used to dealing with devils.
So it looks like our CPU is running 12 gigabytes of RAM, but we only have 9.6 allocated to it, so I don't know how this is going to work long term, but we're going to try it. Apex ran okay, we're going to see if this runs okay too. We're doing about 70 frames per second, which is nice. I kind of suck Marvel Rivals, I'll be honest with you. I don't really play it too much, but I'm going to play it because it's competitive gaming. We want to try competitive gaming. We want to play games that everybody else is playing today. I should have just downloaded Call of Duty Modern Warfare or whatever. Or Call of Duty. Yeah, whatever. Black Ops 7 or whatever. But we don't have that game. It just takes up too much space. I don't want to waste my space with that. Here we go. Beat her up. She's the healer, so let's kill her. We're doing about 75, 77 frames per second. When we get into fights, it looks like it drops down a little bit. Yeah, when we go into open areas, it increases. It drops down our frames per second. But it looks like we went to 39. We had a little bit of a glitch happen. We went all the way down to 39 frames, and we shot back up to 71. So we definitely are feeling some issues with the game. How do you change your character? Okay, it's H. You gotta press H on mouse and keyboard. We're gonna try Ultron. We never tried Ultron. He can fly, dude. He looks so dope. Yeah, I'm gonna try Ultron. Let's go. I'm gonna fly up a little bit and just shoot from long range. We're just gonna shoot some. We're gonna throw our balls from long range. Let me see. We're doing about 65 frames per second in the open areas where we can add a lot of textures to what our rendering, the processing that the GPU is doing. Adding a few extra textures here, so it's a little crazy. This guy has the best aim I've ever seen in my life. This guy's bouncing everywhere. I'm getting my butt cheeks clapped here. Can I get a heal, Jeff? Please, can I get a heal? Oh, he shot me before I shot him. Okay, alright. We're going to change our character again. We're going to go with the Human Torch. I seen that he came out. Wow, look at that glitch. Whoa, 12 frames per second. That was crazy. Alright, we're going to jump into it. Human Torch. Go up top. Let's see. We're start shooting some fireballs from back here. Oh, we're hitting a lot of people, but we're doing very minimal damage. Oh. What the heck? That guy's funny. I think this guy's just really good at the game. He plays non-stop. Just got aim like crazy. He just jump into the next shot. Alright. Fireball time. Let's go. Catch these balls, son. Everybody's on fire. I think am I leaving fire trails on the ground or something? I don't know. Shoot some fire at people. Ooh, got him right in the face. Ooh, it's hard to see. Ooh, shoot him. Oh, damn. I don't think I'm fire trails on the ground, maybe. I don't know. Oh, look, this thing. What the heck? Oh, I got him like 8 times. I hit him like 6 times that time.
Their team's capture progress has passed the halfway point.
Yeah, how do you go straight for a shield? How do you even do that? How did you die? How did you freaking die? I don't know. I don't know if that guy's cheating or not, but he's pretty good. To be honest with you. Maybe I just really suck. He was really good. Gonna hit him. Let's change our character. We're gonna go with Winter Soldier, my normal character choice. We're gonna just jump into it.
Weapons keep getting better, but it's still the person behind them that matters most.
Jump. It looks like we're running about 71 frames per second, 70 to 71 frames per second, maybe a little higher, 70 or 80, 84. 84 was our cap, but it didn't stay there very long, so.
They're winning. You've still got a chance.
Maybe I'll just shoot some bullets and see how it reacts. Yeah, no. Alright, here we go. We're gonna hit the thing. And what the heck? What's going on? Oh, a game crashed? Really? This is dog doo-doo. I don't think there's enough RAM allocated to the CPU here. We're having a little bit of an issue here with the RAM on the CPU. So I'm going to send and close, whatever. We're going to jump into Cyberpunk. That's the game that's the most optimized that I have right now available on this device itself. And it's going to perform like a charm. So here goes some Cyberpunk. I'm going to change some of the settings real quick. We're going to go to graphics. Yep. We're going to go to Steam Deck. We'll do Steam Deck. Go back. Right there. Perfect. We'll do Steam Deck. We'll do balance. We'll do performance. We'll do performance, frame generation, texture quality high, performance, crowd density low. We're going to continue. We're running 300, 350, 360. Oh my god, 361 frames per second on Cyberpunk. If you actually look at the CPU GPU usage, you'll see that they kind of even out. Right now, it kind of shows like 80, but they're going to go down like 60, 50, 50, 60, 60, 50, 50. You'll see that eventually happen. I don't think it's going to happen now because we have too much allocated to the GPU, not enough to the CPU. So it looks like we're running 90 frames per second, but we're getting a little bit of ghosting, we're getting glitching, and we're getting some screen tearing. Looks like at the bottom below his hand, we got like a bunch of pixelation there. I don't know what's going on there.
I'm just here for the
we do have frame generation, so that could be causing an issue. I wouldn't think so, but we'll see.
Now couch.
Alright, so yeah, we're getting a little bit of glitching and screen tearing here. That's not good. Oh my god, that was terrible. It looks like they're trying to balance out, but there's not enough RAM dedicated for the CPU, so we're having an issue here. I don't want to say it, but I don't think 10% is 10 gigabytes is a sweet spot anymore. They did too many updates. It's kind of janky. It's kind of not working. I would definitely set it so that way you get your 6 gigabytes of VRAM and your CPU can use as much RAM as it needs to whenever it needs to, because it's got to process this information, and then the GPU is just going to render the graphics. I think it's having an issue processing the information and sending it off to the GPU. I think we're having a frame buffer issue or a bottleneck there.
Come on, gotta lighten up. Take a hit.
Check this gameplay out. It's kind of bad. I don't like it. The graphics look amazing though. Like the textures, the details, everything. You can see they look so good. It's just we're having an issue with that. We're able to process the game as the game continues to load more information to the CPU and the RAM. Looks like we're having a bit of an issue there. Yeah, we're gonna go ahead and continue some gameplay, and we're gonna see what happens.
Need to see it.
91, 94. That's really good. That's really good FPS to have during Cyberpunk, especially on the handheld. We're having this issue here. As I turn, you can see the screen tearing happening at the bottom, where it looks like the bottom end of the screen is catching up with the top end of the screen, or vice versa. Where one part of the screen is loading quicker than the other part of the screen, and that could be caused by GPU issue. So
what you think?
And we're not talking about a GPU, we're talking about an APU, we're talking about an all-in-one processor. So like it's processing regular processes, and then it's doing shaders, compiling, rendering, it's doing all that stuff with the GPU at the same time.
I don't see any fucking brick around here, do you?
An issue with this 10 gigabyte sweet spot. I definitely wouldn't play no games this way.
Can't expect me to pay for this thing twice.
It definitely wouldn't be good playing games like this. It wouldn't be fun. You'd be having too many glitches, too many issues, too many shakes and jitters. Too many issues happening. Like I said, Apex Legends played great on it. It was the only game to actually take advantage of the 10 gigabyte sweet spot, but Marvel Rivals crashed. We're getting glitches in this game. we're not able to open our server on Hive. So like, I think if you continue watching for a little bit longer, I'm gonna show you how I think the people got the 10 gigabyte sweet spot, or how those specific people found that 10 gigabyte sweet spot. I don't think they really tested as much as they should have. I think they ran one test, figured it out, and were like, okay, run like this. And I think that's bad information to give out. It's terrible information to give out. These people don't really care if you actually enjoy the handheld. I enjoy the handheld. I'm going to show you how they figured out the 10 gigabyte sweet spot right now. Check it out. We're going to load in 3D Mark. This is synthetic benchmarking. This is all GPU, no CPU. So very little usage on the CPU, very high usage on the GPU. We're going to put all the pressure on the GPU, but like again I said, this is a synthetic benchmark, so it's scanning your system info. It's knowing what you're running. It's going to be able to prioritize itself to fit into your system's needs. It's going to say, oh, you have an APU, okay. Oh, you have 24 gigabytes of RAM, okay. Let's work together to find a solution. That's why it takes so long when it's scanning the system information, to find a solution that works best with your components. So then it starts the UI and it goes into the actual benchmark. So we're going to full screen this bad boy once we're in the system here. All right, so it's going to take a little bit longer to load. There we go. I need Steel Nomad Lite. I don't have it. It's for lightweight PCs, so we have a definitely hard handheld PC, so we're going to definitely run that. Let me install this real quick. But like I said, this is a high CPU. This is a high GPU, low CPU usage. Do I have anything else for handhelds? If you guys see something, test, comment in the comments. Let me know if there's a test on 3D Mark specifically for handhelds, because I don't see anything here. We got DirectX storage, NVIDIA DLSS. We don't even have an NVIDIA. We have AMD. Still Nomad, Solar Bay Extreme, Ray Tracing. Alright, well, it's installing. Let's go ahead and run it real quick and see what we get for the settings. This is how I think those people found the 10 gigabyte sweet spot. Whoever gave you this information, that got cycled along the internet all the way across to everybody who has a handheld. And people who don't even have a handheld are commenting on it, and it's driving me wild. It's driving me crazy. It's actually rage baiting the life out of me. But I think this is how they figured out. This is the 10 gigabyte sweet spot, and we got to run this sweet spot, and we got to keep it this way. So this is how I think they figured it out. If you actually take a look at what loads up the graphics test, you'll see. Like I said, this is a synthetic benchmark. This is not a real benchmark. This is never going to happen in the real world while you're playing your games. This is made for benchmarking your components, specifically the components you have installed now. No other components, just the components you have installed now. Do you have them set optimally? And yes, they're set optimally by the manufacturer, by ASUS. We've done nothing to set them optimally other than change 10 gigabytes on the VRAM from 8 gigabytes to 10 gigabytes. Big deal. Woohoo! 2 gigabytes more for the VRAM. Not even going to make a difference because it's not a dedicated GPU. I'll just show you what I know. So as you can see, we're getting a lot of screen tearing, a lot of glitching, a lot of errors, because we're not running the frames that we should be running to keep up with the hertz or the refresh rate on the monitor. So we're having a little bit of screen tearing, but the graphics look amazing. Look at how great that game looks. It's not even a game, it's just a benchmark. But look how great it looks. The graphics look amazing. Like the colors, the reflections, the vibrance, the depth of field. Look at that. Look at that, man. Holy crap. The color on the robots, all the colors, the shading, the shadows, all that stuff looks so good. Oh my god, it looks so good. But looks like we're running about 30 frames per second. I wish I could pull this up on my 49 and show you what you actually could get, but it's based on your components itself, so it doesn't really matter what I'm running in my PC because we're talking about the handheld. So Let's just run it on the handheld and see what happens here. So it looks like we got a legendary score. Yes. Woohoo. Let's go 1080. We can run 85 frames per second on Battlefield 5, which is nice. Battlefield 5 sucks, but it's nice. We got a legendary score. Oh yeah. AMD Radeon. It tells me what my graphics driver is, or my graphics card is. The average is 2,939. And the best score is 3,580. We just broke the record, bro. Our score is 3540 and the best score is 3518. We just broke the freaking record. Dude, I did this live. Yo, we just broke the record. This is awesome. We have 9.5 gigabytes available for the CPU because we set a 10 gigabyte allocation to the GPU. So we have 16 gigabytes available for the GPU because we have 6 shared, right? We take a shared hotspot of the memory. There's like always going to be that shared buffer for each one that can pull from here and pull from there. That's how Apex Legends was working good. It was only using 12. So we have 9 plus the 6 is shared. This time we have 10 committed out of 25, and the shared is going to allocate towards whatever we need it to go towards. So that RAM is being allocated towards the GPU most likely. So we only have 9.5 gigabytes available. 1.7 of those gigabytes are cached because we're running desktop mode. And 16 gigabytes is the 10 gigabytes we allocated plus the 6.8 gigabytes that are shared, that are always going to be there. It's always going to have that buffer. Which is why I don't understand why you would need to allocate 10 gigabytes of RAM. If I was you, I would allocate 4 gigabytes of RAM. That'll give you the 10 gigabytes of RAM you need. Let your CPU do what the CPU needs to do with more than 9 gigabytes of RAM. Are you seriously running your computer at 8 gigabytes of RAM? Like, that makes no sense to me. Alright, so we're going to jump into the settings. This is the way I set my device up, and you can too. I'll show you at the end of the video how you can set it up so that way you can get the best quality and performance. Well, not the best performance, sorry. You can get the best gameplay performance that you can get. We're not going for the top of the charts, but we are going for something that's playable and we don't have any issues. So I'm running about 61 to 55. 49. Oh, we went down under 40. 42. Ooh, 42 frames per second. I'm gonna see why it looks. Why does the grass look so noisy? It looks like it has a bunch of film grain in the grass. I'm gonna try to figure it out. I think it's anti-aliasing. I'm gonna turn that on. Yep, that's what did it right there. So we're running about 54, 53 frames per second. Sometimes dropping to 50. When we go up on top of hills, we get more frames, but as we look at the ground, we get more frames too, so that's cool. This is a very CPU intensive game. Like I said, if you're playing single player, it's going to be GPU intensive, but if you're not playing single player and you're playing on a server, you're definitely hitting a lot of frames. I mean, a lot of CPU usage because you're running the other people's stuff. We're going to set it down to low. We're going to turn off boom, and we're going to turn off chromatic aberration. We don't want any of that stuff. It doesn't actually make a difference in the actual gameplay, so we're just going to turn a few things off here. We're going to continue. It looks like we're running about 60 frames per second, which is good. It's running. It's perfect. I like it. And then I got it set to the way I like to have it set. So it looks like we're running 77 when we look at the ground, but 60 and up. We might drop below 60. That's just because we have so much going on, and it's really being GPU heavy. Because I don't have it on my server. But if I was running my server, this definitely would run so much better, so much cleaner. It looks like we got 13.5 gigabytes available, so we can pull and use how we want to use. We got 1.5 used out of 12 gigabytes used, so it definitely isn't using the GPU as much as it wants to or should. We definitely have that buffer, so we're going to go ahead and just continue to run the game. I'm going to show you, I don't know what CPU. We're going to go to memory, and we're going to see we have the committed 12.9 gigabytes of RAM committed. The NPU can use up to 11 gigabytes of NPU RAM, VRAM, but definitely not using any of that. 24 out of 23 definitely uses virtual memory. I guess it's the way it's set up, I think. I don't know. But we're definitely running some primo optimized settings from ASUS. So yeah, all we did was change the 10% sweet spot to something different. I'll show you what I changed it to at the end of the video. You stay tuned. But we're doing a 12 gigabyte run. If you play these games or you play different games, please comment games you play down in the comments. I would love to get one of those games and optimize for that specific game, so that I could show you the difference on a 10 gigabyte sweet spot versus the actual way we set it up now. If you don't play any games different from me, then don't leave a comment, or leave a comment. Let me know how bad I am at the game, because you probably play better than me. But I would like to know what games you guys play so I can optimize more for you guys. And if you have any helpful information that I missed out on, you want to put down in the comments. If your comment helps a lot of people, I am getting a lot of people asking for help. If your comment helps out more people, I'm definitely going to pin it. And I'll give you a shout out in the next video. So let's jump into the next game, Apex Legends, which is one of my favorite games to play on PC. I like mouse and keyboard. I do not like using a controller. Don't judge me. Maybe you like controller. I don't. I'm not good at it. I've never been good at it. I've always been good at mouse and keyboard. I played mouse and keyboard ever since Windows 1998. And then Millennia was my Diablo era. Diablo 2 I played. That was Windows ME, and yeah, I enjoyed that. So we're gonna jump into Apex Legends and we're gonna get it done. So you're gonna see that there's not really much of a bottleneck anymore. I think we have to reload the shaders. Let me see. Yeah, we got to reload the shaders because there's more available space for the CPU. So we're gonna put that in the cached. We're gonna add that to the cached. And we're going to go ahead and jump in. You can see the CPU, GPU, there's no more bottleneck. Back in the 10% sweet spot, 10 gigabyte sweet spot, we had a bottleneck happening. Now we don't have a bottleneck happening. I'll show you what I did to the settings. You just got to stay tuned to the end of the video so you can see exactly if you like using it or not. You definitely have to judge, right? So you have to judge to see if you're going to actually enjoy this. So like I said, we're running at 1.99 gigahertz, 13 gigabytes of RAM, 9 available, right? So 16 gigabytes committed out of 35 gigabytes available. We got cached almost 10 gigabytes of cached memory. We're definitely running 12 gigabytes on the CPU, 11.6 which are shared. So like I said, I keep saying the same thing over and over, but I want you to see the utilization versus what the 10% sweet spot was. So I really want to bring this home. I really want to nail this home and drive this home and show you exactly what is happening with this APU that not a lot of people understand because they don't have experience with APUs. I do have a lot of experience with the APU. My first PC was APU, and then I added a graphics card with a dedicated graphics card. So I added a graphics card afterwards. So I definitely played CPU integrated graphics for a long time. It's like playing on a laptop, trying to optimize a laptop. You really have to fine tune it. This, I found there's no real fine tuning that you can do other than setting your dedicated VRAM to it. You can set dedicated VRAM and allow it to do its thing. Anyways, I don't have it set to 12 gigabytes. Don't even think that that's the issue. It is not the issue. That's just what it's polling at because it knows it needs that buffer. Anyway, we're going to jump back into the game. I'm going to let you know what's going on with the game, and we're going to shoot into it. If you think it's 10 gigabytes, and you're this far into the video, go ahead and comment 12 gigabytes. If you think it's 12 gigabytes that I dedicated to the memory, go ahead and comment it. And then at the end, you'll be able to see what it actually is. And it'll blow your mind once you see it. You'll be like, whoa, I didn't expect that. So here's the game. No bottleneck. We're running 4491, 40, 50, 90. So 50% on the CPU, 90% on the GPU. Memory's crazy. We're running 144 frames. I don't know where I get the 144 frames from, but yeah. My screen only does 60, so I don't know why I run 144. And that could be the reason sometimes I'm capped at 60, because I can only run 60. Sometimes you're going to be capped higher because you can run higher. You're going to be 120 refresh rate monitor. So you have 120 hertz on the refresh rate. So you might be capped higher than I am. I don't know. But it definitely showing the 60 frames. I think the monitor that I'm using on the dock goes up to 144 frames per second. So I think that's where we're getting the 144, but I'm not 100% sure. And I definitely don't want to check to see either, because that would be a waste of time for you guys. Because you're using a 120 hertz monitor, which is the dedicated monitor that the handheld comes with. Anyways, we're running at 60 frames per second. We're about to make a dive in. We have 476 megabytes on the dedicated GPU, but we're only using 300. Go figure. That's crazy. So we're going to jump in. As we get closer, our frames per second is going to go up. And you're going to be able to see that there's no real bottleneck here. Like, we're running pretty smooth. 95, 93. We're actually going to go down in usage for the CPU as we get closer to the ground. Alright, so we're at 100% on the GPU. No, we're at 60% on the GPU, 40% on the CPU. Which is not giving me a bottleneck, was actually applicable for this type of game. It's running smooth. It's optimized. It's super optimized, so it's running smooth. I'm going to go grab some loot real quick, and you can go ahead and take a look at those frames per second. You can see what we're running at. You can compare them to the 10 gigabyte sweet spot. So you can see if we're running the same or running different. I would say we're running different, higher, but it's definitely not 100%. I'm definitely not 100% confident enough to say that we're running higher, but yeah, we're doing it. We're doing our thing. So we're gonna go ahead and slide out, get some more gear. Like, everybody's grabbing everything, and there's nothing left for me. Oh my god, man, leave me nothing. All right. Oh, backpack. Hell yeah. Oh, peacekeeper. Don't need none of that. 93 frames, not bad. It's applicable. We didn't do any frame generation because it doesn't have the option in this game. And we turned frame gen off for the GPU settings. So we don't need to worry about frame generation unless we have the option available in game. So running about 100 frames per second by the doorway. That's where the big world is. We're gonna jump out here. We're running about 99, 101. We're in the high 90s, low hundreds, which is kind of nice. All right, let's clear some of the space. Oh, it looks like somebody already looted this. Oh, I'll take that. Barrel stabilizer? Oh yeah, let's go. Uh-oh. My buddy went down. Oh, squad wipe. We're good. Let me revive. Oh, I see a group up here to shoot.
Got a rotten bloody egg over there.
Peek. Shoot at you. Oh, here comes somebody. He fell. Where'd he go? Where'd he go? Oh, oh, oh. Damn, I died. Well, anyways, 130, 140 frames. Awaiting recovery. I was just sitting there. But look at the usage on the GPU. Look at the usage on the CPU, the memory on the CPU. It definitely feels smoother. I'm going to tell you that. The game does feel 100% smoother than it did with the 10% or the 10 gigabyte sweet spot. I don't know why I keep saying 10%. Somebody comment 10% in the comments. Let me know that you are actually paying attention and watching the video. Ew, look at how ugly that beacon looked. It looked so bad. Some of the lines are definitely jagged. They're definitely showing pixelation. But I'm so used to a 4K, so I'm sorry. I'm sorry if I'm being narcissistic right now. I apologize. This is about you guys, and this is about setting your device to the best optimal performance so you can play full time, all the time. So yeah, I'm just gonna leave the game. I don't have time to go back, but you can see it plays well. It plays good. We were getting a lot of FPS there. We were getting very little bottleneck. We were enjoying the game. All right, we're going to go to Marvel Rivals now. We're going to jump in there. We're going to show you what's going on with Marvel Rivals. It looks like... oh, got a game right away. All right, cool. Let's go. All right, so it looks like we're not getting any stutter at all. It looks pretty fluid and smooth. We're getting about... oh, that was a stutter. We're getting about 79 frames per 80 frames per second in the menus.
Sidekick. What I do is
Alright, select the character. We're doing about 59, 60 frames. Earlier we were doing like 55, I think. We're back up to 56 frames, 59, 60 frames, 61 frames. Doing okay. It's bouncing a little bit because we definitely have some of that coding happening here. But 23.3 committed of memory. We're using 21 gigabytes of RAM. Some of it's to the GPU, some of it's to the CPU. We're running about 82 frames, 85 frames per second.
30 seconds before you attack.
Sometimes I wish I could go back into the deep freeze for a few
I like
more
Winter
decades.
Soldier. If you like Winter Soldier, comment in the bottom. Whoever your favorite Marvel rival character to play is, comment down in the comment. Let me know who he is so I can kill that person more. You know what I mean? We can make it a friendly rivalry game. Just annihilate the person that you play the most.
3, 2, 1.
Alright, and here we go. Oof. Oh my god, I walked in the wrong spot. But, I mean, through all that, I may have went down to 59 frames or lower than 50, but it ran freaking smooth. I may have done like a 57 frame per second issue on that, but it ran smooth. Like, I was able to do some stuff. We do have frame generation on, so that could be causing an issue here, but let's see here. Alright, here we go. Shoot. Oh, we're fighting in the doorway. So there's definitely the entry point. No, this is not the entry point, but we're holding it down halfway through, so they can't really move. I don't think they care to move the cart either.
Good thing I was here.
Ooh. Kill this guy. Oh, you dead, buddy. You dead, buddy.
Got one. That's what I needed.
You're definitely dead, buddy.
We make a good team.
So it looks like we're able to go down to 50 and still feel fluid, man. I still feel like it's actually playing comfortably. It's not lagging or glitching. At least I don't feel like it is. I am definitely getting my butt kicked. For the Marvel Rivals. Dang, this mouse. I hate this mouse. This mouse really sucks. In the DPS. Oh, kill that Jeffy. Strong, Mr. Fantastic, whatever his name is, stretch. Oh, why do you gotta hide, bro? Why does everybody gotta hide? Boom. I hit him right in the face. You see that? Clap, bro. Yeah. There we go. Good. Oh, I know he's dead. Oh, what happened here? How come I'm glitching? What the heck? How come there was multiple people of me? How come there's silhouettes? I don't want to watch him kill everybody else because I'm not there. Alright, let's go. Yeah, it looks like we're 99% on the CPU. Or on the GPU. 50% on the CPU. So it looks like we're almost bottlenecking, but not quite. It's like 313 out of 470 something. Looks good. It looks like it's doing its job. For sure, it looks like it's doing its job. It's running smoother, that's how you got it. Feels way smoother than it did earlier. So definitely. Oh, so definitely. Like, am I gonna kill this guy? Let's kill Dr. Strange. Clap, Strangey boy. Ooh, look at those shots. Ooh, uppercut right to his face. Come on, Strangey boy. What the heck did you just stand there for? Oh, Spider-Man is attacking. Oh, another kill. Spider-Man is just attacking me, bro.
Do some damage.
Get him. I think we're running about 60 frames. It's not bad, competitive gaming. You try to hit me, you suck. Ooh, pop. Missed everybody else, Spider-Man. Quit jumping, Spider-Man. What are you doing, bro? There you go.
Thank you.
Final 10 seconds.
Alright. Ooh. Kill him. Alright, game's over. We won.
Another epic victory.
Oh, do you see that screen tearing? That was a little bit of screen tearing there. But it's just in the menus, which is cool. I don't mind. Alright, let's take a look at these settings. Alright, we got GPU running full max 100%. Looks like we got 5 gigabytes out of 12. Oh man, why are these closed there? Alright, looks like we got 5 out of 12 gigabytes. Let's look at the memory here. We got 25 out of 35. We're using 19.2 gigabytes. We have 3.9 gigabytes available. 4.5 gigabytes is compressed, which is like cached. Alright. So yeah, we're doing this, we're doing that. Looks good. Looks like we're working the system here. Let's go ahead and jump into the next game. Let's go and exit Marvel Rivals here. How do you get out of the game? Okay, alright. This is how you exit right here. So we're gonna go ahead and jump back into Steam. We're gonna go with Cyberpunk. That was the next game we chose. We're gonna just follow that list. Set that proxy. Alright, so Cyberpunk, as Cyberpunk loads, you'll be able to see the difference in the CPU, GPU memory usage. This game is a lot more optimized than any of the other games we played, so you're gonna see it really not bottleneck, but it's not gonna be like the best settings because it is a handheld. I just want you to remember that we are playing on a handheld and Cyberpunk is very demanding, but it is optimized also to work flawlessly. So yeah, you definitely got to give it its props where props are deserved. Anyways, here goes Cyberpunk 2077. Just jump in. I have not beat the game yet, by the way. Or maybe I have. Who knows? But if you beat Cyberpunk and you think it's a great game, go ahead and let me know in the comments. Don't do any spoilers. You guys like doing that spoiler stuff. I don't want to have any spoilers. So keep it to your dang self. I don't want to hear it, bro. I don't want to hear any spoilers happening. Keep it to your dang self. Do your own dang thing. Anyways, let's jump into a game. We'll continue where we left off. We got killed. We got shot by that one bully guy. He's trying to make me pay double for a stupid
Hey,
item.
everyone. Feels great to have you back. So then, did you all hear about that ASUS
Which is kind of nonsense, in my opinion. But it is what it is. Some people are just malicious, and they like to be malicious. Alright.
Hey!
Yep, we'll take it.
Alright, we'll take it. Sure, yeah. Alright, here's our GPU. 6.2 gigabytes of RAM.
Got it. It's all paid up.
14.5 gigabytes of RAM. 19 committed. Oh yeah, Royce. Royce was the guy who shot us in the face. I see a little bit of screen tearing, no joke, but it definitely doesn't have any glitching, any ghosting, none of that
Let's
stuff.
cut a new deal.
See a little bit of moving screen tear, but the graphics look amazing still. The graphics look awesome still. I see a little bit of screen tearing. You saw it on his knuckle just a second ago. You can backtrack and see it. Can you see it? Running 84 frames per second. He wants to get paid double for this damn thing, so we're gonna have to just try to pay him and fight him. Either way, I'm gonna go into the fight here.
You know, you never did say who sent you.
He better toughen up. He's about to get his face rocked.
Dexter Deshawn. That's who.
Looks dope the way he did the Cyberpunk stuff. You can see out of that one eyeball. Or is that his whole face? I mean, is that all his eyeball?
No, he's alive, well, and kicking. And he sends his regards.
So you're gonna consider my offer now?
It is shaking a little bit. You see that rocket I did? Shoot him! Shoot him! Bang! Goodbye. Alright. Boom, boom. Why am I shooting his leg? Oh man. What's up? Boom. Oh man. Boom, 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 boom. I'm just shooting at this point. I'm not even like actually trying to shoot.
Grab the gear. Button control shard. Quick!
I gotta pick up all this stuff, man. I want free gear, bro. Upgrading iconic. I didn't even see that. How do you do it? Does anyone know how to do it? He was still alive, man. Alright, let me grab the flathead after. Oh, he's weapons. Dang, there's a lot of guns just in the room. That's all good. He's still alive. I want him to be alive.
Got the set.
So,
Bot
grab
and
the
controller.
flathead, grab that gun. What you got on you? I don't know what you got on you, but I want it. Oh, you're dead now. Alright, to the face. It's easy to shoot them when they're not moving. You know what I mean? That's the best time to shoot them. He's running 97 frames. I'll go up the ladder here. Check it out. It feels a lot smoother. 120 frames when we start the wall. That's less than earlier. That's way less than earlier, but we didn't have to really have that effect on Marvel Rivals or anything like that, so I think this is the best way. We are getting screen tearing, but I think that's because the Elgato maybe? Maybe because it's in full screen or Windows mode. It's all this stuff.
Production line. Plus, I thought you loved
There's
me.
nothing in there. It's here.
No other way.
Alright, cool. What's that? Alright. It says, oh, do I want to use that? Nah, I don't want to use that. Nah. Alright, how do you climb up? It says I gotta go up. Is there a door here? How the heck do I get up there? Oh, on top of the boxes. Duh. Oh, what's this right there? Oh, loot. Yeah. Tier 1 components. So, get in here. There goes Jackie. Let's open the door.
Oh,
There
good.
we go.
Let's go.
Oh, let me get this first aider. I need that. Alright. This is drop a C. It's gonna push drop. Oh! Hey! Need it. I thought we were gonna fall and die to our death. What's this? Disinfectant? Looks like we're running about 100 frames per second, which is quite good for this game. Really, really good for this game. Feels like it's balanced. Alright, escape from all foods. Boom, headshot. Oh! Oh, he's moving. Don't like it. Stand still. You're easier to kill when you stand still. Oh, man. Weapon glitch? Sucks. Even this weapon does suck, man. Shoot him! Bro, I'm trash. Bro, I'm bad at this game, bro. Maybe it's because it's mouse. I'm so used to my mouse. I killed him. Some up here. I don't know what the heck that was. Someone's shooting at me. Someone's glitching my weapon. Oh, what the heck? I can't see. How the... Oh my god. I am blinded by light. Oh my god. What is happening? Oh my god, what is happening? This AI just got so much better. Alright, here come Jackie. Get me out of this corner. Let's go. Oh, how am I keep getting stuck? Oh, this guy. What you got on me, bro? We're in. We're in, Jackie. Oh man, what was that? You shot at me. Oh, hey. What's up, brother? Headshot. Another one? Oh my god, I can't see. Oh my god, I can't see. I can't. It's terrible. How do you guys enjoy my gameplay like this? I'm gonna stop doing it. Because this is hard to watch. It's gonna affect me big time. Here goes a broken gun. How did his gun break? Right when I go to pick it up, his gun is broken. You know what I mean? Why doesn't he just like... Why can't I get a gun that works? Oh, shoot. Oh! Sorry, Jackie. Don't die, Jack. Oh, I can't. Karate chop. How come everybody's gun's broken? Pow! Pow! This ain't no Arc Raiders, I'll tell you that much. Ooh. Okay, ooh. Ooh. Alright, anyways, this is the gameplay. So I'm just gonna stop it here. Just be done with it. Now we're gonna jump into 3D Mark and we're gonna run that benchmark, and I'm gonna show you what the settings I set it to, so you can set it that way too. If you think your settings are the best, if you think 10 gigabytes is a sweet spot, then keep it at 10 gigabytes, no doubt. But leave a comment in the comments and let me know if you choose to do it my way or you choose to do it the original way. If you want to keep it at the sweet spot, then keep it at the sweet spot. I have no hate on that. I'm not mad. I'm not opposed to you enjoying the game the way you want to play it. I'm just trying to help everybody find a medium that they can enjoy so that they can play it and they can enjoy it, and they don't have to worry about high graphics. Because someone like me, if you're like me and you have a computer, you're really not playing in a handheld at home all the time. But if you bought the handheld to play it all the time because that is your gaming device, then you're definitely going to want to look for a way to optimize that device so you can play every game that you want to play. And if you're anything like me, you jump from game to game depending on who's online or who you want to play with or what you feel like playing. Sometimes we don't feel like playing certain games, so we don't play them. But we definitely want that option to play them if we want to play them. You know what I mean? So I get it, man. I'm not judging. I'm just trying to help you find what's more applicable for you and your situation on your device, for your Xbox Ally X, the best handheld that was ever created so far. Anyways, we're going to jump right on into it. Let it collect the system info so it can run specific to our specifications in our devices. Look at that freaking gun. It looks so dumb. Now, aren't they in like a 3D? I mean, aren't they in like a futuristic world? Why does he have a 7-bullet magazine? It looks like a 5-bullet magazine on a rifle that has one scope but no muzzle. Like, it has no muzzle. Like, where does the heat dissipate to? It's gonna melt that barrel. I don't understand, man. I don't get it. That gun doesn't look cool. And those pants, they look so unofficial. You know what I mean? They're so crinkly. They look like a Ruffles potato chip to me. Anyways, maybe I'm just hungry. I don't know. But why is he wearing that weird ball? It's like Wally on his head. It's like he's trying to be a samurai, but he's got a rifle. Anyways, this is the benchmark. It's running. We're running 20 frames per second, which is kind of trash. But look at the graphics, bro. Look at the smoke in the back. Look at the depth of field. Look at the eyeballs, the glow, the colors, the shadows, the steps, the arcs, the sparks, the fire from the jet. Look at the scales on that. Look at the depth of field. Look at the little trolleys. They look so cool. Oh my gosh. Look at these aliens and robots. I got a little bit of screen tearing. Did you see that? You can go back a little bit. You see how great the graphics look on this thing. Oh my god. It's definitely not optimized for this device because I'm only running 20 frames per second, but I want to show you how much of a difference it made in the real-time results. So real-time results, here we go. Drum roll, please. Insert drum roll here. We did 31.88, so we dropped down drastically. We're still in the good territory, but we dropped down drastically. It looks like my graphics driver is not approved for this device. I mean, this benchmark. But we did run 3540, so we did run a 3540, and now we're at 3188. We definitely went down, but remember, this is a synthetic benchmark. Like, this benchmark will never happen in the real world while you're playing games. I want to compare them online, but I don't want to compare them online, so I'm just going to skip this part. And you guys, first, you got to open up Armor Crate, click on that tab. You might show up in this tab over here. Who cares? Click on the gear icon. Go to Performance, then you click on GPU Settings. This is what I have it set to. All auto. Optimize all. No. I have everything else off. It's just set to auto. I just let the GPU, CPU pull where they need to pull. Everything else is the same. You can have up to 16 gigabytes of RAM on your GPU. It won't make really that much of a difference. Your frames are going to go up. You're going to get the best frames per second, but you're not going to get the performance that you're looking for because the CPU is going to suffer. So you want to make it like more of a balance. That's why I have 11.6 gigabytes dedicated to GPU. Remember, if you thought it was 12 gigabytes, go ahead and comment down at the bottom. If you thought I said it to 12 gigabytes, I did not set it to 12 gigabytes. It automatically set itself to allocate another 11.6 gigabytes in the shared memory. So instead of 6, it went to 11, but it's shared memory. So either the GPU or the CPU can pull it. So it doesn't lock out the CPU by locking it into the GPU. Gives you that option. Now, you're not going to have the best performance. Your benchmarks aren't going to get the top tier score. The benchmarks that get the top tier score are the 8 gigabytes. I don't know what ASUS did last time, but they updated the hardware inside the firmware for the device itself to run 8 gigabytes at like a sweet spot. I don't know how they did it. I don't know why they did it, but they did it. So it runs 8 gigabytes the best. 10 gigabytes, it's okay. It's not far behind, a little behind, but you want your most ultimate performance. You want to get your highest benchmark rating, go with the 8 gigabytes. You want to play your game without any jitters, any stutters, any issues, glitching, none of that, go with auto, because that automatically allows the GPU, CPU to talk to each other through the firmware to decide what the best allocation of what RAM goes where. And they share memory for a reason. You might as well let them share it. If you have any questions, go ahead and throw them down in the comments, or if you want to tell me what you run at and how your device is performing without changing any of the settings, or if you have a specific setting that you've changed, let me know down in the comments. I'll be more than happy to take a look at it. If I find your comment the best comment and it's most helpful to everybody, I'll pin it to the comment section. I'm getting a lot of people who are looking for help And if you're able to provide some of that help, we'll go ahead and give you a big shout out in the next video also. Anyways, guys, thanks for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one.